All right, we're here with Gene Staples, the man, the myth, the legend. First of all, I know that you've been talking a lot about how much you've been looking forward to this day. How is it going so far?
Now that we just gave the speech, I'm relieved. And more relieved that last night at 1 a.m. I was sitting on the Hoosier Hurricane for the first time in a number of years on the new track, the new downhill drop, and I'm still here. So
obviously with Indiana Beach closing, there was a lot of work that needed to be done. What were some of the core points that were priorities for you for hitting on? Because obviously you mentioned Hoosier Hurricane as one of them.
Sure, that's, obviously without retracking that and the main drop, there was no running that ride this summer. The tests were off the charts, and there was no way we could run that safely with the way the condition was. So the first thing we did once we took over was engage Hazelwood Construction out of Tennessee to come in and immediately start taking off the track and doing what needed to be done and getting that track on. And it took every day, every minute. Like I said, we wasn't ready till 1 a.m. last night, and then we had to run it for 150 cycles last night. So my son Ian, who I'm sure I think commented on your YouTube page more than once.
He did comment about my videos.
I don't know if he set a record, but he ran that roller coaster for about 72 times last night in a row. So he wouldn't get off. But besides that, it's just infrastructure. I mean, there's so much infrastructure that we had to put into this facility. I think the total number right now we're at is 48,000 square feet of roofing, about $100,000 worth of electrical improvements, about $150,000 worth of plumbing improvements. As Art Anderson, the county commissioner, alluded to, we use something I guess they haven't ever heard of here called paint. This is a joke, not mine. And we've had Sherwin-Williams semi-trucks come in this park full of paint. So I'm a perfectionist. It's not exactly where I wanted it. I had a lot more hopes as far as beautification projects, but everyone seems to think it's pretty okay. And like I said, this is a start and baseline, and we'll continue on from there. So
one of the things I've always been impressed ever since we heard that you purchased the property is how much you've gone out of your way, it feels like, to talk about, this is a family affair. You've had your family out there helping you. Is that correct, to make it happen?
Yeah.
I mean, does that bring you guys closer together? Almost. This is a huge project for something.
No,
like
I think it's one of the key attributes of why I did it too, is to for me and my kids to bring that closeness, and that's really my payday and my reward. My son, who's 22, goes to a Missouri S&T in Rolla, Missouri. Putting a shout out to the miners. But he's a senior engineering student, and he lost his summer internship, as did a bunch of his roommates and friends this summer. So we have pretty much the majority of the Missouri S&T minor track team here working this summer as interns for the park, and they've been busting their hump along with every other person that works at this park to do every job possible, which really is mostly manual labor up to this point, in getting things painted, concrete poured, asphalt done, plumbing, electrical, roofing, carpentry, to transform the park as best we can, at least to shore up the infrastructure.
Great. I hate to bring you into, but I gotta ask, how did COVID affect things? Because obviously Indiana Beach was sold right before the big shutdown. So, I mean, did that make things, I'm guessing, probably more stressful about the whole situation?
It didn't help, but it gave us, I think it gave us the time we needed to do what needed to be done. That without that, we would still be opening this weekend and a month and a half behind. So it is what it is, right? None of us can change it. We can't second guess it. It did affect our decisions and how we operated things and did things stepping into this deal. But in the end, hopefully, everything's passed and we can move forward.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Gene, for your time. We really appreciate it.